So since the reboot, one of the things I've been very clear about is my vision and direction for this channel is that anything that you believe about hair loss is true in your mind. And I want to put this to test with a new video that I did. It was called, At What Age Should You Not Care About Hair Loss? Your 30s, your 40s, your 50s. And so it's interesting, and you can do this right now if you want. Just look at the comments and look at people's truths. Remember, I as the host cannot convince these people otherwise. This is what they believe. And so you, watching this video, get to sort out, do you agree with their truth? Okay? Because people have their own truths. What's the point in trying to convince someone otherwise against what they believe? That'd be pointless, right? I share what is my truth on here. It doesn't mean it needs to be yours or should be. You get to decide that. You're in charge of your own life and what you believe. So check out some of these comments though. The question again being, at what age should you not care about hair loss? Your 30s, your 40s, your 50s? Okay, one person says, quote, you should care about it for your entire life, end quote. Another person says, going bald is like you're dying, but you're still awake. Another person says, I'll still be worrying about hair loss till the grave. I do not want to die a bald man. And then of course, here's one. This has, I like this. Depends on how much hair means to you. So much your age. All right. But ultimately, as we look through some of these highlights here, we're seeing a theme in which certain people watching my channel, they've revealed something about themselves. You know, there's been all this talk about, okay, well, it's fine if you lose your hair after you get married and after you have kids. That's fine. But until then, you're doomed if you go bald, right? There's murmurings in the comments that certain people want to spread that message, which is something I don't agree with. But imagine that was what we were really talking about. It's not. Nearly 5,000 people watch this, subscribe to my channel. A decent amount of you, it may only be 8%, it may be 12%, I don't know, but there is a group of you who believe that it's not good enough to keep your hair until you're married and have kids, or you're age 30 or 40, but we're talking for the rest of your life, you're gonna carry this burden. So imagine a life in which you luck out, you still have hair into your 40s. Now you're married, you have kids, they're in school, you're moving on with your life, your career's great, all this is great. The whole time thinking, will I be able to keep my hair through my 20th high school reunion, my 25th, my 30th? How long can I hold on to this? Now you're 60 years old, you're a couple years away from retiring, and you're still thinking, my life's good, but I hope I can hold on to my hair. Okay, you make it through retirement. Now you're in your 70s. Your health is still good, but you're thinking, I don't want to be bald. I'm like 78 now. This is the age in which the average American man dies at age 78. 78.9 to be exact, I Googled it. And you still have all your hair. I just don't want to die a bald man. And so here you go. Now you're 85 years old. You've lived longer than most men, and you're still in pretty good health to be an 85-year-old man, and you're still thinking, I just don't want to die bald. I don't want to be in a casket, dead, people looking at me and seeing my bald head. I don't want to do that at age 85. So guess what? You live to be 100 years old in pretty good health the whole time. And then you die in your sleep. And you get everything you wanted, because the thing that you wanted a decent life, but you really wanted to die not bald. And guess what? You got your dream. You got to live to be 100. You had a good life, and you didn't lose your hair. But in this fantasy, the whole time, your whole life, you carried a burden on your shoulders or on your head. I don't want to die a bald man. I don't want to go bald, period. So now that I've sort of fleshed out that scenario, I want you to decide personally whether you accept that as your truth. Are you okay with living your whole life carrying a self-assigned burden of not going bald at any point in your life? Is that something you want to dedicate your life to? Because obviously what I'm implying is if that's something that's important to you and you want to live your whole life without going bald and miraculously win this genetic lottery, is that a life fully lived?